Well. How we all doing? This is this other camera. It is. Excuse me. Now, I have had, or got given, acquired. Sorry, friends. Acquired a Homelite XP1020. Yeah, I believe that's what it is. It is. Now, I am going to go over to Bobby's the other day. Where is it? There it is. Come here, you. Come on out of there. Oh, you dirty big dog, you. Let's go. Let's. I don't know if I want to be at the shop. I think I want to be on the tailgate of the Merc. I like it in the sun. So let's go out here. And it's time to. Yeah. I want to get this thing running. Our fuel line, you know what I mean? Our fuel line is gone. It broke. So, yeah, we're right bare bones here. I'm going to I gotta try and get a fuel line in it, and I've never worked on a saw like this before. But I see something here, but I've got to, you know, I don't want to take this off to try, even though it's probably the right thing to do. Actually, yeah, it probably is. Darn it. But I'm gonna take off this starter to see if I can get a better look at it. So I'll crack you guys back on in a minute. We're going after this Homelite. We're going after it. We're going in deep. Oh, I just had a hawk a scream in there. I wanted you guys to hear him, but he just took off. It was crazy. He was just caw, caw, caw. He was just going right off, but he took off. So anyway, so we pretty much, this looks interesting here. Just want to see if I can. Yes, here we go. Okay. Oh, interesting. I may have to. Oh, that's gonna be tough to get at. I think this has got to go. Son of a gun. Yep. I think this has got to go. Yep. It does. Mind you, actually, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I can pull that off there and somehow squeeze that on there. Actually, I might be able to. Interesting. Okay. Talk to you guys in a minute. We might get lucky. Bobby was right. He says if you take the starter off, you might be able to get the fuel line out of there. But you gotta, it's not just gonna, it's rotten, so it's not gonna push out or pull out. It's just gonna keep breaking material. So you gotta kind of push and pull and push and pull, and obviously it's gonna have a nipple on it. Yeah, you see, it's pulling apart, you see. Yeah, it's completely rotten, so I'm gonna have to get that out of there somehow. But I've got a pretty good feeling about this, but I don't know whether I'll be able to get it back on, you see. So back in a bit. Okay, so I have to show you this. I have what you call, I guess, I don't know what it is, tenacity maybe, or stubbornness or something, or just lots of people have it. I know lots of people with it. They're determined. They're determined. I mean, I would have to take this saw quite a ways to get, you know. So this is where I'm at with this thing. Here's the fuel line, okay? Here's the new fuel line. Okay, it goes in here, but what it does is it goes on to, I don't know if you can see it, it's tough spot. You can't get your fingers. You'd have to take the airbox off, and you would. That's what you'd have to do, take the airbox off. I was thinking about taking the top of the gas tank off, but I'm not doing that. So I put a little teeny hole, like I'll show you on this end. I put a little teeny hole right in the end of the line, like right in the end, right there. And I've got a hook on it, which is here, and I'm pushing it and squeezing it through. It's coming. I'm actually getting there. I'm really happy. it's gonna go. We may see. Yeah, you just don't want to try and you don't want to rip it really. I mean it would fire, but I'd like to get it on, so it's coming. We're getting there. Guys, gals, women, and children, this is we got our fuel line in. It's in here. It's hooked up in there. I can't believe I got it on without taking the air box or the fuel or nothing off. The starter is the only thing I took off. Now these are beautiful. Look at them. They've got the little, you know, the springs and the little O-ring, but look at the jets. Aren't they gorgeous? They're steel. They're big. I really like them. And I think yes, I can go straight in from the back. But the only thing I can't do, so I'll just check. I didn't think I could get this one through, but I can. Okay, so this is perfect. This is okay. We try again. I'm almost thinking needle nose. You know what I mean? Get the needle nose and pinch the nut. You see, like that. It's sometimes the only way you can get it. It's a goofy system. I don't know why they done it like this, but they did. So once again, we'll get our carb on. We'll get our carburetor on. And carburetor. Get the washer on there. It should go on pretty good. You got to back it. So this is the way to go. You see, like that. I'm in now. Now that shouldn't. You see? Oh, you dirty rotten sock! Okay, so put the jets in. So this kind of action here. So this one was the low jet, so it can actually go through here like this, which is beautiful. Yeah, it goes right in there. So let's just put this like this, and then it's got this little interesting system here. Yeah, like this, and then it's got a little teeny washer and an O-ring, and we're in. It's just neat. I just love the old stuff that way. So I'll just insert, and this should just take care of business. It should. It's designed to do that, so we hope it does. We hope it does. Yes, it does. And there we are. Right in. I'll seat it. There we go. It's seated. And I'll come out one turn. I like starting at one. I don't know about you guys, but I just always like starting out at one, you know. Make sure everything's running true. Insert. Just like your bank card. Insert. And start screwing. There we go. Always just when you're going, I kind of go in and out a little bit just to make sure the ring's sitting good and that, you know. So boom, we're seated. High jet. I'm going to crack it out. One turn. I start at one. That's where I start. Okay. We're set. We're going to put the starter back on. Well, starter means we're going to start. Friends, I just needed you to see this on this Homelite. Look. There's no hours on it. None. It's that old system. The 090 had that same system. It's a weird starter system. How it does that. I don't particularly like it, but yeah. This saw is a low hour machine. Magnet to breaker point set ignition. Beautiful old saw, really. It really is. I'm quite tickled with it. So let's there's no missing bolts of any kind. It's all got its original bolts. Ignition is 15, it says right in there. It tells you there's hardly anything. The motor is clean. The fins are, oh yes, that's what that hose is. There it is. It comes off and it pulls fuel. So it's crankcase, it pulls the fuel for the crankcase. That's how it does that. That's interesting. So I wonder if that'll go into the carburetor. That's sucking, so that'll go in out the exhaust. Okay, good. All right, let's put a starter on, shall we? And just get all these. I don't start cranking them up. Look at this. This saw has no hours on it. Homelite. When ordering parts, specify model XP1020, serial number 2269316. Mix thoroughly, 1.5 pint Homelite oil regular, SE30 oil, each gallon of gas before pouring into fuel. Use Champion C16 plugs, gaps 25, magneto 15. It tells you everything right on the saw. Division of Textron, Canada Limited, made in Canada, patent pending, Terry Industries. Amazing. Amazing. I'm not generally a Homelite man. I love a few of their saws. I'm interested to see what this saw will do. So I'm hoping the diaphragm was the problem. Me and Bobby had one laying around yesterday, so he sent me home with a carburetor that hopefully works. So I love it. It's the you know, it's kind of like the like, remember he was telling us about his story about working in the power shop. So, you know, it's the old story. Go tear that saw down, sonny boy, and then I'll put it back together. Like, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm doing with Bob. He's helping me learn how to do this stuff. I want to learn how to do this stuff. So, and I'm learning. I think there's gas in it. I should put more gas in it. I think I will, guys, because I got a feeling it's gonna fire. Are you in the sun, guys? What's gonna happen here, guys? I don't like you in the sun. You're in the freaking sun. I'm gonna put you back up here because that's the way I think we should do it, fellas and guys and friends and girls and women and children. How about that for you right there? What's gonna happen? What is going to happen? Shock. I may need to prime. I am actually being eaten by ants right now. They're eating me. They jump on you and they just start eating you. We win! This is incredible. Did you see that? You guys, I swear there's no hours on this power saw at all. It was bought. It's clean. Matt, thanks once again. You found a nice old Homelite here. Matt's a Homelite guy, but this one just didn't tickle his fancy, I guess. It had a lot of old gas in it, but it was a fuel system. That's the problem. The carb, the diaphragm was solid as a rock. She's not pumping gas, so I'm stoked. But I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna put some fresh gas in it and get it running a little better. I'll tune it up. I'll turn the jets and get them all set right up, and then I'll call you guys back in on this, and we'll call you in on I'm being top secret information. Okay, over now. Take care. Be kind as heck. Yeah. Gotta get a hook in it. I gotta show you this before we get going. I want to show this Homelite seat and go out and cut a big piece of wood with it, but I want to show you something first. I want to show you something. Look. Look at there's no hook whatsoever. Look at the chain, friends. It just goes straight back like this. Like flank. There's nothing there. Okay? Look at here. Look at here. Nothing. How is that going to cut anything? Well, it's not, I'll tell you. Now, I just filed this one. There's a little bit of a hook there now. So I'm gonna file this chain up, and you know, we'll see. We'll see. I know these kinds of chains. They're kind of a round chain. They're almost like a ripping chain. I don't really like them. But we're gonna get it cutting, and we're gonna take a cut with this big 100 and something cc saw. This Homelite. I'm so glad we got it running. Carbs. It's workable. It's workable, but it needs some assistance. That's the muffler. Hear that? Big saw. I'll talk to you guys in a minute. This is interesting. This almost looks like air. It's a valve, I'll bet, in there. This is interesting. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Look at that. It's not the idle screw, I'll tell you that right now. That is really interesting. Oh, look at that. Wow. Neat. Yeah. Cool. Oh, there, that should do it. Well, I think we need to put some oil in it, friends, because I'm real near. I'm near the fire. You know, some of these old saws, friends, they're like, how are you gonna pour oil in that? You know what I mean? Just get one of these. You know, I use them for the Max. It's a freaking soap dish thing, or whatever. You know what I mean? It just, you know what I'm saying, guys. You can just, you know what I mean? Look, you can just give it one of these. You know? Take a peeksy poo. That is handy little thing. Really handy. So, guys, gals, women and children, this saw is so clean. It's so clean. It looks like it rode around in the back of a truck. I've got the jets kind of pretty close, I would think. I'm going to take a look at it here now and so it's you can hear it not quite. It's got some balls, I can tell that. Carb's not quite right. I don't think it's air. It's not getting air, but I think the carburetor needs a kit, to be honest with you. That's what I think. It runs beautifully. The carb has sat a long time. I have another carburetor, actually. I could probably thread it. But we need to sharpen it and then stick it into some wood, because, well, mind you, it's actually, maybe we will stick it into some wood. See, let's go over and do that. It's dull. I'm not cutting with that. Let's go get that sharp. That's foolish. Why would you even do that? See, that's the thing, guys. Like, look at this chain, okay? Look at it. Well, it's actually been rocked. You can see now that I've hit the wood, it's been rocked. But look at the chain. Honestly, friends, look at this. Look at it. There's absolutely no hook whatsoever. It goes straight back. If ever there was a chain that called for the boat, this would be it. This is the old Homelite that we just got going. And it is hilarious, friends. It is, look at. There, watch. Here's a good example. Okay, I just sharpened this one. Look, you can't pull the chain back. Okay, here's my tooth. You see what I mean? Okay. Just get it out of there. Get the gullet out. I swear, if I just took gullet and didn't even sharpen the top of the tooth, this power saw would cut. This is amazing. It is amazing. Hey, just another quick one, guys and gals and women and children. If you're finding your file and once you get your file, now your chain nice and sharp again, especially after something that you don't know what it is, you're jumping on top of somebody else's filing. You know what I mean? You don't know where it's been. All I know is when I stuck it in the log, it just started batting against the wood. So it's horrible. So now, just see this little piece of steel, friends? There's so many different raker gauges. I don't even know what that is. I've never ever used it. It's a depth gauge. It says right on there, sharpening gauge. Depth. I've never used it. I could never understand that particular gauge. This is plain and simple. I believe it's made by Husky. I'm not sure. I don't know, but I've passed it on to a few guys. They love it. Dan Hargrave out of the UK, he loves it. I was talking to him the other day. So it's simple. It goes on, it rests on your tooth, and away you go. So, but I'll tell you something. If you're going to be running power saws a lot, like every day, like some of us, why chatter? You know, when you can just do this, especially when your chain's in rough shape, you just crack this thing on there, and away you go. And every tooth, I don't care how big the tooth is, if it's this one's full up here and this one's half a tooth, you're still going to throw the same size chip. You see, so people think they're carving out on an angle because of tooth length. Well, that is not true. It could be in your filing. It definitely could be in your filing, but it's definitely not the size of your tooth. That's not what it is at all. Okay, but it definitely could be in your filing. But 9 times out of 10 it's your bar. But it can be your filing. Don't get me wrong. You could be filing. You could be taking off the top. We talked. Oh, look at that! A missed tooth. You could be taking out something quite a bit on one area and not grabbing it on the other. And so the other side of the chain is actually going to cut quite a bit different than the other. So that definitely could be your filing. 100% it could be. But as far as, because one tooth is shorter or longer than the other, not a reality. It's not. So that's the only thing. If you've got teeth that are different size, which you will if you hit things in residential tree work, we hit stuff. We hit steel, nails, rock, fencing, we do. So, but to try and make your teeth all the exact same size, in my personal opinion, of a couple of years using a power saw, yeah, add a 0 onto that. Anyhow, it's not two size. It's not. But it definitely could be your filing. Something could be wrong with your filing. You could be, one whole side of the chain could be actually cutting, pardon me, on a different angle. You could be pulling, and the other tooth, you could have missed something. It's happened. I remember that 20 years ago, going through all that stuff. I've been through those growing pains, friends. I have. I've been through them. And I figured a lot of it out over time, because I was kind of tenacious and I wanted to figure it out. Why is this doing this? And then old Bear Claw, I got hooked up with old Bear Claw there. And he said, Buckin, you got to flip your bar every night. And you got to grind your bar. Here's this thing, and okay, let's get this going. So I learned, because I wanted to. I don't just throw the bar away and grab another bar. Forget it. I'm going to figure it out. So that's kind of the road I went down. You know, I like to cut smooth, because why jump around and chatter? It's really hard on everything. It's really hard on the power saw, actually. But not to mention that, it's hard on your body, hard on your arms and your wrists, your hands and all that. And I file my rakers all one way. I always have. The side that is closest to you, like the side that's on the left, it always files nice. Sometimes you'll find, see, this was way out, friends, way out. You'll find the side that's closest to you, sometimes you hear that squeak, just turn the file a bit. You see that? Like, see, it squeaks this way. Just turn the file a little bit, and you'll find it grabs a lot nicer. Give that a shot and tell me how that works for you. Once again, the rakers, so say the right side of the chain, if you're filing your rakers this way, you don't have to flip them over and do that. You don't have to do that. So, but if it gives you that squeak, you know, then just turn the file a bit on a 45. Okay? Okay, this thing's sharp, friends. There's gas in it. It runs good. Let's go see what happens. Let's just go see. Let's dig it in that arbutus. Let's go stick that in the arbutus. I think I'll strap you guys on the bar, actually. I think you did. And what we'll do is we'll cut into some arbutus, which is really hard wood. And it's dry, so it's probably going to be like cutting into a rock. And then if we got enough gas, maybe we'll try the cedar tree as well. Maybe I should leave you guys on here, eh? Okay, we need more fuel. We need some more fuel. Where you off to, boy? Where are you going? Okay, bud. Wyatt? Okay, bud. See ya. So, there it is. I think this carburetor, the saw, because it hasn't run for a long time, is that I think it might even actually start to run better. Because that's what's pulling gas. Wonderful carburetor. These Tilson carbs are awesome. You can put your jets, you know, there, over here. They're just they're such a neat thing. So this is a cool saw. It pulls, eh? What's 100 and something cc's? It is. It's 100 and something cc's. Actually, it looks to me that. Oh yeah. Cool. Okay, over and out, friends. Thanks for hanging around with this one. The old Homelite. I try to do something a little bit for everybody, you know. I'm not personally a Homelite guy, but I love old power saws. It's like I'm a Ford guy, yeah, but I like old Dodges and everything old. So I'm not one of them guys where you'll see have a sign, one of them stickers with that little, you know, that kid peeing on the Ford sign or whatever. That's not me. I don't roll like that. I like all old stuff. So I'm happy with this power saw. Over and out. Homelighters.